GeoFucks here. And I'm going live because I need to get me some more storage on my phone. But in this video, I am going to be discussing my laparoscopic hysterectomy. So I had the procedure done September 22nd, and today is technically October 2nd. So, or I had it done September 27th, and September 27th, and today is October 2nd. So 5 days ago. Okay. Um, Surprisingly, the pain is not really that bad as much as I thought it was going to be. Oh, what's going on? Hey, how are you feeling? I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm just mostly sore. Mostly sore. That's basically the biggest whole thing is just the soreness. And then like realizing like, okay, you gotta sit down and like chill. Um, and then I just ate, and then like I'm full, and it took me forever. Like my appetite has been all over the place. They say that the soreness is 4 to 6 weeks typically, and then full recovery is in 8 to 12. Um, I know I'm supposed to be going back to work in 8 weeks, but they say 8 to 12. Some people can go sooner than that. It just all depends on how your body heals. The babies, they're doing good. They're sitting here, laying here, and they're doing well. They just been really in the bed with me. You know, they go out to the bathroom, potty, number two, and eat, and then come back in, and they're with me. But yeah, I just been laying down, chilling, basically the entire time. And yes, will do. But yeah, so the procedure was September 27th. It had been a whole ordeal because I was originally supposed to get it done August 31st, but I caught COVID and that postponed it. Which I caught COVID at work. Um, so that was that. And then um craziest things happened. Another person procedure got canceled, and I was able to get their date because I was originally told when it got postponed that it wouldn't be until November 4th. You know, I did not get to do that, curse them out or any of that because it's like, it's really janky, but it's one of those situations where it's like, they can't help that their kids go to school. So it's like everybody in general, it's like, you can't, in my opinion, it's like I'm upset and angry at people, like very much so. And at the same time, I'm like, you can't put onus on individuals to protect themselves in a global pandemic when you have a government that needs to step up and mandate things. Because at the end of the day, I'm living proof. Ooh, shit. I'm living proof. You can have your mask on, be fully vaccinated, have all the boosters, reduce the amount of, time that you're out and about going indoors, you know. All I do is work. Like seriously, work. I was going to the gym. I had stopped going to the gym because I was preparing for the surgery. Um, Work, pay bills, take care of the dogs, make some YouTube videos, uh, help my family, look after my family, make sure they're good. I don't really go places. I haven't done that just to be out and about since 2019. So it's just crazy. Um, but yeah, so I had that done. The whole procedure in itself, it was very like, it was just fast paced. Like I looked up and it was like boom, it's already the 27th is approaching. So that Saturday on the 24th, I went and got all of my pre-labs done. Um, and which was blood work and COVID tests. And then after that, I went on and was able to go and got pre-registered, got my wristbands. That was all taken care of. So that following Sunday, I washed clothes. I washed clothes. Um, yeah, I washed clothes, and then I also went and did a little grocery shopping, cleaned up the house, getting everything in order and preparation, basically. Um, and the next thing I knew, it was Tuesday. And Tuesday came so quick. Tuesday morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, I got on up, took my shower. They basically tell you the day before. They tell you the day before. Excuse me. They tell you the day before that you can't eat after 10 p.m. And then when you do get up in the morning to take a shower and everything, you need to use Dial. It's an antibacterial soap. I used it before for other procedures. When I had my top surgery, it was the same situation. So we did that. Um, then you can only have like clear liquid up into 2 hours prior to your surgery. So around 4:30, 4:45, shit, we was leaving the crib. Left the crib, got some gas for the car, and then me and my friend, shout out to Mr. Westernizer, me and my friend, we all went gone on down to the hospital. No, you could do Sprite. They say you could do caffeine, just no sugar or milk. So you could do coffee. You could have Gatorade. It just has to be a clear substance. Like I and what I mean, what I think they mean by clear, it can't have a bunch of mixed other stuff in it, basically. But I didn't do any of that. I didn't have anything to drink because my granny was like, no, don't drink anything, don't eat anything. What's going on, Sean Seals? What's going on? That's what I'm assuming. I'm not 100% sure. So we all ended up going on down to the hospital, and we was just laughing and talking the whole time. He had a hot cocoa, so we was just listening to music, laughing on our way there. We get there, park. Thank goodness they have free parking because some of these hospitals are they be trying to charge you to park. Mind you, you're coming to the hospital. It's crazy. But this place was really nice. It was free parking. Um, Unfortunately, yeah, the hospital was an hour away. Again, let's just keep it real. When you're intersex, you're trans, depending on your location, if you live in Hickory Dickory Bop towns, you're probably going to have to travel a good 45 minutes or more to get to a quality medical provider. I mean, and that can be, your regular primary care physician to, getting, a gynecologist, to having your surgeries and procedures, to finding quality mental health professionals and therapists. Like, yeah, just keeping it real, you may have to, unfortunately travel 45 minutes to an hour, which in itself is a privilege to be able to do. And I recognize my privileges, but that just goes to show you, like, it's just really ridiculous. Like, intersex people, trans people, you should be able to get quality medical providers in your area. Shouldn't have to travel an hour plus away to get that. But that's how it is in my situation. So I went. Um, yeah, because my doctor is an hour away. Both of my doctors are an hour away. So it's just like thankfully, uh, you know, I've been able to do telehealth, and I've been able to get the latest date, like the latest scheduled time to schedule in person appointments. So that has helped. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. So we got to the hospital, and then I had already did the pre-check-in that Saturday on the 24th. So we got there, and it was just really simple. I gave them my name, showed them my wristband. Boom, we in. Then we went to another floor to actually get to the prep area for the surgery. Went there, checked in there, signed off on some paperwork for like emergency contact, and all of that. And then, mind you, I had already did a lot of that. Like I said, I did everything online. Like you could do everything online, and then like the pre-check-in when you do your labs, your pre-operative labs. So did that. Then trying to think. So we might have waited in that little area for maybe 10 minutes before it was time. They just came and got me. I believe it was two medical professionals. I'm not sure if they were nurses. I'm just assuming that they were nurses. Two nurses came and got me, and from there I did my weigh in, and I was, a little devastated at the weigh in because I was under the impression that I was in the 150s at the bare minimum. So I was talking my shit. And mind you, when you do weigh-ins prior, a lot of times, you got your clothes on, you holding stuff, you might even have your hand, you know what I mean? You got on full outfit. Child, I get on the scale thinking I'm in my 150s, big boy style, grown man style, talking my shit. Why the hell that shit? 149 with clothes on. I was like, oh, okay. That was like a blow to, yeah, self esteem there. I was like, damn, I thought I had got back into the 150s solid. Guess not. Really sucks. But I'm just learning how to deal with it. So, found that out. Then they have you go to the pre-op room where you're like your little room where you can unrobe and get into the hospital gown. Then they had like these special washcloth things that was like bacterial sanitization, clean, and you wipe. They had me go over my stomach and stuff for that, which makes sense. I mean, when you see where the incisions are going for the laparoscopic hysterectomy. So we do that. Then I had to do a urine sample. I gave them a urine sample, which I was shocked I was able to do because normally, like if you can't eat or drink, it'd be hard as heck to do the urine sample. But for some reason, I was able to give a urine sample. I was proud of myself on that because normally it'd be taking me a minute. So that was that. And thank you. So we did that, and then I came back, and then the other nurse came in, and that's when they started hooking me up with the IVs. I had two IVs, which I've never had, like when I had surgeries and stuff, I've never had two IVs at the same time. Like, and what I mean by that, it was an RV in my left arm and in my right arm. Then they also stuck me in my hand. It's a lot going on. But anyways, which they did the hand one must have when I had went under, because I don't remember doing that when I was awake. Anyways, so they had me take some medication that basically which they told me was gonna happen. It's gonna make your urine look like really bright orange, like almost like blood, just bright orange. So they told me that. Then they had me do Tylenol. Um, so that, and then after that, We talked a little bit. Then I got to talk to the anesthesiologist, the resident anesthesiologist. Um, let's see. I got to do the regular anesthesiologist, and then after that, the resident came in. I talked to them. They went over everything. Like what are you allergic to? Which mostly it's latex, nickel. But with me having Graves' disease, they have to be very conscientious about the anesthesia process. So they went over that. They wanted to get all of my previous labs from the last time I checked my levels, because like I get my levels checked not only for um, hormone purposes, but I have to get my levels checked for my Graves. So they check my thyroid and all the different testing that they do. So they wanted to get that. Um, then what else? So we did that. Then the surgeon, my actual doctor, came in, my gynecologist, doctor. And she's so dope. She's so cool, dope. That whole medical practice is dope. They're amazing people. I guess I should be. So, so they did that. We talked and everything, and she was like, "I came in queer today." Like she's just always really dope. And then like she had this dope. I think it was a Calvin Klein sweater, crew neck, but it was like queer, LGBTQ plus. You know what I'm saying? It was all of that. So it was really nice, and she's just really cool. So she went over how everything's gonna go, what to expect again, how we're gonna soup. You're gonna have about 4 incisions, and lo and behold, it's 4 incisions. Laparoscopic. I had the ovaries removed, ovaries, uterus, and fallopian tubes were completely removed. So I made sure I never wanted children. I definitely didn't want to be the one giving birth to anybody's children. Didn't want to go through no pregnancy. I never wanted any of that, and I knew that for years. I mean, my gosh, it, yeah. Um. So snippity, snip. It got removed, and I was just very thankful to have it removed. Um. But so they thought they had what were they saying? They thought they had like snipped me somewhere else. But come to find out it was a hematoma. I've had hematomas before. Um so it was a hematoma. So they had me, it was so crazy because I remember waking up. Cause you know how when you wake up from anesthesia, first of all, maybe it's just me, but I be mad as hell. Number one, it's cold. I be shaking. I be cold as hell every time I wake up. And it's like, so they give you, thankfully they piled me down with like towels, and they were like uh warmth blankets basically. And because I don't know why I just always wake up freezing, and it's just like that's why I be so mad, because I swear you be having the best sleep in your life, and then it's like you wake up in Antarctica. At least for me, every time it's like that, and I'm like, y'all could have just let me sleep another 2-3 hours. We could have talked about this later. But so then when I'm waking up, I'm noticing they're like rushing me all over the place, and I'm like, how like you're in and out, like you're waking up, but you're like, what is going on? Why are you guys moving so fast? And then the next thing I knew, they're like, we're gonna have you get onto this. We're CT scan. They had me doing a CT scan because they wanted to see what did they accidentally snare and if I had any bleeding going on. But then come to find out it was a hematoma. Everything was okay. Thank goodness. So after that, they wheeled me to where my actual room, like my room was gonna be at. Now, mind you, because of the hematoma, because of the CT scan, then I had a catheter. I didn't even know I had a catheter in. I mean, that's how you know that's some good anesthesia. Jesus. Because I don't remember any of that. Like, when did y'all put a catheter in? Like, I get to the room and they're like, you're gonna have to stay tonight. Because we just want to monitor and make sure everything's okay. Plus, we need to check your bladder, blah blah blah. Then of course it took me forever to go to the bathroom because they were like, until you do two, you have to urine twice. They have to do two bladder like scans, and you have to have a bowel movement before they allow you to go. So I had a lot that I had to do in order to leave the hospital. So it was just that was that. That was, that whole situation. But once they removed the catheter, which I didn't even know I had, but because when I first came out, the pain was at a like on a scale of 1 through 10, I would say it was about a 6 to 7 when I first came out. It really was. It was like a 6 to a 7. It was very bloaty, I'm still bloaty, gassy, but not nearly as much as I was. And the pressure, like I said, was about a 6 to 7. But once they took that catheter out, it went from like if I was gonna say a 7, it went to like a 5.5 once they took the catheter out. Because the catheter, I don't know what it was, but that damn thing was providing pressure. But once they took it out, I was able to go to the bathroom. And it took me a minute to go to the bathroom, but once I was able to go, it did kind of hurt a little bit because obviously you had the catheter in. So, but once the 2 or 3 urines in, I was good to go. But it took me a whole day to get to a bowel movement. But once they gave me that coffee that morning, the following day, I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I went straight to the bathroom. Boom, boom, boom. And then they checked my bladder, like I did the 2 bladder scans. They kept coming in, checking my blood sugar, and just I had to keep giving blood. Like, it was just so much stuff going on. It's like, every 2 hours they were coming in. You're trying to sleep and they constantly coming in to check. But they were amazing. The nurses were amazing. The certified nursing assistants were amazing. The surgeons and doctors, the nutrition cook staff, everybody was just super nice and respectful. Like, I wasn't misgendered, I wasn't dead named, I wasn't made to feel like I was weird or nasty or an outcast. Like, they treated me with the utmost respect and dignity, and I really appreciate that. And they're good people. So again, respect healthcare workers, essential workers, frontline, respect everybody at the end of the day. You feel me? Respect everybody. But they were super amazing and really just respectful and nice, like, hands down. Very caring, um, really nice. But I must have watched the Food Network for like 8 hours. I was sitting in there watching Bobby Flay and Chopped. I like stuff like that because I like to cook and learn about different recipes and styles and cuisines. And then it's just also just entertaining. Like, you're looking at these amazing chefs, executive chefs, and like restaurateurs, and just like they're cooking their butts off. And like they got 30 minutes to make this, and then they only have like these certain ingredients that must be included. Like, anyways, I must have watched that for 8 hours straight. And I know my homie Mr. Westernizer probably was like, you gonna turn the channel? Or because I was over there glued. I was glued. But then they gave me Tylenol 500 milligrams. They gave me Motrin 600s, Torcoil, which is like Motrin but in liquid form. And then they still sent me home with Oxycontin. Mind you, I had already stated I do not like those. Even right now, what have I been taking? I've been taking the Tylenols. I'll do, like, I should be taking some. I should have took some, like, shit, damn, 3 hours ago. But I'm not big on taking pills. I don't like them like that. But I will say, when you getting ready to go to sleep, if the pain is there, if you're feeling like tight, if it's uncomfortable, if it's causing you any discomfort and pain, manage it. You take it. Don't try to be a gangster and push through, which is something I normally do, but don't do that. Don't. Um, and then I like edibles, but I have refused to open the oxys because the last time I had oxys, I had a fading spell, and then I just be feeling like I'm not here, like I'm on a like spaceship somewhere. It's not. I don't like the feeling. And then, like I said, I don't want to be fading everywhere. I don't want to be walking somewhere and just pass out. Because I don't like that stuff. It's just not me. Does not work well. Hell, even Norcos. I've had those before. Horrible experiences. Weird dreams. Passing out. Just no. Just does not work well for me. No wonder they don't want you to drive because you can't if you're sitting up taking 5 milligrams of oxy every 3 hours. My God, no. But so that's that. I did finally get to leave, um, and that was a cool drive getting out of there because I was just like paranoid about COVID and everything else, and I didn't want to be in there. Then I didn't think I was gonna have to be there overnight. But now I'm just at home healing. So we're 5 days out. My doctor has me off for 8 weeks, which I'm going to do another video discussing the healthcare insurance situation. Because I did, like, it's crazy. I had my surgery the 27th, checked my mail Friday. Okay. Checked my mail Friday, which would have been the 29th. Wait, no, which would have been the 30th. Checked my mail the 30th, and I had a letter in the mail from my healthcare insurance saying that they had denied, that's right, denied the procedure, and was like, we can cover it basically as long as you provide two, because you can appeal the decision of the denial. So you have to provide two mental health professional letters condoning why you needed a histo, yeah, a laparoscopic hysterectomy, and this is what we mean by the transphobia, because I'm about to get and then just like the intersexism and all kinds of other shit. But anyways, the crazy part is I already submitted my 2 letters because I needed my 2 letters to get on gender affirming care, and I also needed my 2 letters to have my double mastectomy. So it's like, why do we have to keep telling you over and over this is, that you're intersex and or you have gender dysphoria, and or why do you have to keep giving the same 2 letters over and over again? It should already be there. But okay. And mind you, none of this was explained prior to the procedure. Don't you think they should have asked about this prior? But anyways, so I have an appointment with my therapist Tuesday, my original therapist that I did all this through in the first place back in 2019. It's just insane how, and then they will also, they have all these stipulations. Now, mind you, WPATH announced their new recommendations, updated, stance that states you only need 1 letter. So I'll be doing a lot of things on Tuesday to take care of that. But I'm on leave for 8 weeks. My doctor has me off for 8 weeks. I can't have sex. Um, I think that's 8 to 12 weeks, no sex of any kind, because you want to make sure you don't rip, tear, tore, etc. But I'm like, gosh, you can't even masturbate. Like, if you're just playing with the TD, if you get where I'm going with that, the T to the D, the TD. No, but for real, if you're just playing with it, no, I'm just, but like, I was like, gosh, okay, like, but okay. And then, like, they're like, don't basically start any, like, rigorous movement exercises until 6 weeks. So, but it's all based off how your body heals and what your doctor allows you to do. So I'm just gonna sit my butt. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Tuesday, my mental health letters and get all that together, and then submit it both to my what I have noticed though is that like when I do eat, I get gassy. So I'm like, when is that gonna go away? Because that's not really the setup, and yeah. But anyways, um, that has been my experience with the hysterectomy. I have pictures on my Instagram. I was trying to make a little quick thing on TikTok, but I don't have enough space on my phone. And I'm like, what? Then I have to delete all of these pictures, which I've got pictures in here for over a year ago, so that's probably why. Let's be honest. I mean, shit, I've got on my phone, I've got stuff from freaking September of last year, 2021, still on here. So that I should probably, yeah, look through things and delete things or move things to a Tera drive or something. Um, but so, anyways, there are on my Instagram. The picture that's on this thumbnail is from there too. But that has been my experience. I no longer have to worry about unwanted children. Not to mention, I've been on gender affirming care since July 10th, 2019. So it's been over 3 years. Um, and with that being said, a lot of times they recommend, um, if you're taking gender affirming care and you are your gender affirming hormone is testosterone T, vitamin T, if that's what you're on, you feel me? Between 3 to 5 years, there are medical professionals who recommend getting a histo because you may start noticing things that, yeah, you're gonna need a histo. But that doesn't necessarily mean everybody gets it. That doesn't necessarily mean everyone has to do it. It's just that there are some medical professionals that recommend it. I personally just wanted to make sure, with everything going on with reproductive rights literally swinging in the on the edge of being taken away, state to state and federally, to Roe versus Wade being overturned, to bodily autonomy, and the right to privacy and everything else. Like, everything's on the chopping block. I wanted to make sure that I got that taken care of. I'm just gonna keep it real. I had a IUD installed in July 2020. I still had another 4 to 6 years of that, and I was like, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So, using the privileges that I had, I took advantage of those, and I used them. And this is again why I'm so adamant about fighting for social justice, equity, freedom, rights. You know, gender affirming care is healthcare. Trans lives matter. Trans men, intersex men, trans masculine folks, we also need access to reproductive rights and freedom. We also need access to abortions, birth control, contraceptives, hysterectomies, gynecologists. We need it too, right? Some of us want to do IVF. In vitro fertilization, is also on the chopping block. So like, it's just so many things where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go in and look at this and get this done. Not to mention, if I do decide to have bottom surgery, I'm already halfway there. Hey, and that's if I decide. As of right now, I'm perfectly fine. But hey, I might change my mind, and I took care of that. So, yeah. So that was my experience. I am definitely sore. I'm more sore on this side. What does this say? I'm more sore on my left side than my right side. But I mean, there are like two. I'm gonna see if I can show you. Ooh, there are two yeah. So there you go. So there's two gashes on this side. Okay. This side, oh yeah, one there, and then one there. Well, yep, I'm bloated, I'm gassy, I'm sore, I'm swollen, but I'm here. So that's that. Um, and then I gotta call my doctor, my gynecologist, because I have to do a post op. So post operation visit check in to make sure I'm good. And then from there, you supposed to rest, take it easy. They do encourage you to walk, and I mean you do need to walk, especially with the gas and the bloating. You need to walk. So I do find myself getting up, even if it's just for 5 to 10 minutes every hour, while I'm when I'm up, you know what I mean? Like obviously when I'm asleep, I'm not doing that, but when I'm up, I do try to get up for at least 5 to 10 minutes every hour to walk around. And I do notice when I do that, it does help alleviate the bloating, pressure, and gas, and it also helps you go to the bathroom. Because like you be constipated, which a lot of the constipation piece comes from the anesthesia that you were on. This is why they're telling you to walk around. So I'm like, okay, you do have to get up and walk around. But other than that, that's been my experience. And I will do another video discussing the whole uh, healthcare insurance situation and like what I'm talking about with the letters and everything else. So I'll do a video discussing that and discussing short term disability as well. And yeah, trans lives matter, protect trans kids, um, gender affirming care is healthcare, reproductive freedom and rights for all. You feel me? And bodily autonomy for all. And be safe and careful. Oh, that's another thing I noticed. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like my hair just like grew out of nowhere. And I also noticed my beard also kind of just like like maybe I'm just being crazy or but I just like I had this before the histo and I'm not trying to be funny cuz it's only been 5 days. It's only been 5 days. But y'all, I swear you not. I swear you not. After having that demon removed, what is going on? And I swear this is like thicker now. Like I swear it's weird. But anyways, maybe it's just me seeing and feeling like this is happening and seeing it happen, but it's really not happening. Or maybe this shit is really happening. I don't know. But anyways, I'm about to lay it down because I am tired. And try to well actually I'm gonna walk around for like about 10 minutes, walk around and then go to sleep. But thank you all for coming in. Yes, it's basically like when you had your gallbladder moved. I had the same procedure back in 2018. I will say this. I feel like this is gonna sound crazy. This is a little more I feel like it's a little more gassy. Where when I had the gallbladder moved, I was not this gassy. Because I swear you be walking around next thing you know, and you be like, damn, you was holding on. No, they don't. They just like see this one. Let me see if I can show it. This can you see? I don't know. You see? This is a gallbladder scar here, right there. They're just, well, I'll say this is that the gallbladder scars are much smaller than the uh than the hysterectomy ones. So they're like yeah, they're like half the size, if that, of they're like 2 times the size, 2 to 2.5 times the size of the gallbladder ones. So, but yes, the gas, I mean, it'd be like, you feel like this must have been some fart that's been in your system, 5 days ago. And it's just like, now it's finally passing through the orifices, because you be walking and next thing you know, it's, like I said, you tearing it up. But anyway, that has been my whole little thing. And I will talk to you all later. And information will be in the description box below. And bye bye.